This is your taster session, German A-level, for your induction day. It's going to be a bit different because it's going to be not as interactive as it would have been in school, but I will just talk you through the activities that we would have done. So I will start by asking you to do a survey as an icebreaker and find out things about each other. We would have carried on with the listening, and then we are going to do an analysis of a particular grammar point and find out what I mean with pattern spotting, because pattern spotting is a big thing for language learning. And we would have then tried to apply that pattern to other activities and a few exercises. Okay, we'll start with the icebreaker. The icebreaker asks you to find a person in the group who fulfills the following conditions. So, in all intents and purposes, what it really means is that you would have found the question, and the question you need here for the first one is, wie alt bist du? Or you could also have, wann hast du Geburtstag? For the second one, hast du Geschwister? For the third one, wo wohnst du? Oder wie lange ist dein Weg zur Schule? For question number 4, the strangest combination of A-level subject, die komischste Kombination von A-level Fächern, your question would be, welche Fächer machst du für das Abitur? For number 5, the question would be, wo wohnst du? Oder wie lange fährst du zur Schule? For number 6, wie oft warst du schon in Deutschland? Number 7 is the same question, just a negative answer. Number 8, wie alt ist dein Handy? Oder wann hast du dein Handy gekauft? Nummer 9, hast du Familie in Deutschland? Hast du Verwandte in Deutschland? Nummer 10, findest du es einfach, Deutsch zu sprechen? Und Nummer 11, wie lernst du deine Wörter? Oder wie lernst du Vokabeln? Now the next thing is a listening activity. You will hear me describing my holiday plans, and I want you to write down as many details about my holiday plans as possible. And you are very welcome to really do that. I'm going to read that to you, and I would like you to write them down. So here we go. Ich werde im Sommer nach Italien fahren. Ich fahre mit meiner Mutter und mit meinem Hund. Ich fliege mit Alitalia, weil mein Hund Ryanair hasst. Ich werde bei einer Familie und in einer Ferienwohnung wohnen. Zuerst werde ich 2 Tage in Rom sein. Im Einkaufszentrum werde ich viele schicke italienische Hemden kaufen. Ich werde mich am Strand sonnen. Am Abend werde ich im Park eine Oper sehen. Im Restaurant werde ich viel Nudeln essen, obwohl es dick macht. Ich werde nicht mit meinen Freunden in die Disco gehen, weil ich nicht gern tanze. And if you want to, you can play that again and see how many details you can find about my holiday plans. Here's the transcript, and you can check what you have managed to write down. I'm going to use a selection of the details, which is this one. And these details have got something in common. And I would want you to look at that and find out what the pattern is that these details share. In order to find the pattern, it's always useful to look at the genders. And if we add the gender to these, we've got masculine for blue, feminine is red, and the neuter is green. I've left the plurals black or the plural one. If you look at it in that way, you see that there is a frequency of M and R endings in the article before the word. And you've already seen those many times, and at GCSE they wouldn't actually have mattered to your as far as your grade's concerned. They wouldn't have affected communication, but for A-level you want to achieve a more accurate response, and you will also be marked to for a more accurate response. So you've got the M's and R's, and you can spot here that the pattern is that the M goes with masculine and neuter, and the R goes with the feminine. The pattern is called dative, and the dative pattern is masculine M, feminine R, neuter M, plural is an N, den. You may have done that already for GCSE, I certainly have, but the change is now that it is vital that we need to get it right. We can't get by anymore by just roughly communicating the meaning. So you use the dative after dative prepositions, and you've probably already seen that because you certainly had learned mit, zu, and nach. You use it after prepositions when you give a location, so there is no movement, but it is a location, a stationary position. And after certain dative verbs, and you've probably learned helfen and gefallen. Now, on the next slide, I would like you to put this to the test and see that you can use the correct datives here. It's important to know the gender of the word that comes after it, and then you would be able to do it. So please pause the loom here and have a go. Okay, I hope that you have tried it, and here are the answers. In den Weihnachtsferien bin ich mit meiner Mutter, mit meiner Schwester und mit meinem Kaninchen nach Aachen in Deutschland gefahren. Wir haben in einer Jugendherberge gewohnt. In unserem Schlafzimmer gab es keinen Fernseher. In der Stadt gab es einen Weihnachtsmarkt zwischen dem Dom und dem Rathaus. Auf dem Weihnachtsmarkt haben wir Bratwurst mit Ketchup gegessen. Ich mache gern mit meiner Familie Urlaub, aber nächstes Jahr fahre ich mit meinen Freunden. In der Lindfabrik habe ich viel Schokolade gekauft, die ich in dem Bus nach Hause gegessen habe. Now the next activity would have been a game, noughts and crosses, which is a bit difficult like this, but you can use it as a test. So if you want to pause the loom and translate these phrases. Okay, I hope that you've given it a go. And here are the answers. So, mit meiner Schwester, auf dem Marktplatz, im Kino, im Auto, mit seinen Freunden, mit ihrem Freund, mit unserem Kaninchen, mit dem Auto, mit deiner Familie, mit dem Computer, im Hotel, am Strand, in seiner Küche, mit dem Rad, nach der Schule. Right, give it a go. See how many datives you could actually get into a 1 minute long monologue. And I would give you these here to keep you going. Here are a few ideas. So you could talk about your holidays and say, ich bin gerne am Strand. Ich fahre mit meiner Mutter. Ich fahre mit meinem Vater, mit meinem Bruder oder mit meinen Freunden. Ich wohne in einem Hotel. Ich fahre mit meiner Schwester. Ich fahre mit dem Auto. Ich fahre mit meiner Familie. Ich habe meinen Urlaub auf dem Computer gebucht. Ich werde im Restaurant essen. Ich werde jeden Tag im Schwimmbad sein. Ich werde im Schwimmbad schwimmen. And so on. Good. You can pause the loom and just test yourself. Okay. Now moving on. We've talked about pattern spotting. And you've got here another pattern. Now this pattern goes with your summer task. And in your preparation task, I've asked you to revise the perfect tense. Here you've got the past participles, and I would like you to spot as many patterns as possible. So what you can find here is you look for regular and irregular verbs. You look for prefixed and separable verbs. So you've got some verbs that have got the GE in the middle because they have got two parts to them, and you've learned them as separable verbs. These are combined in different ways. So separable doesn't go with regular, but separable, regular, irregular are flexible combinations, and you can have those things as part of the same verb. So see how many patterns you can spot. One pattern would be that a regular ending is T, an irregular verb has the ending EN. Good. Another pattern that you can spot here is which verbs go with sein. So which verbs have got ich bin. And there are a couple of tendencies here. They're not rules, they're not laws. They are not perfect, but they are indications of a pattern. So the tendency is with the ich bin that they are verbs of motion. The tendency is that there are changes of state. So the more patterns you've got, the easier it is to remember that. And it will take you very far to have a few of those. Right, last thing. There will be a sixth form trip. There will be a weekend break that we plan every year. And in the past, we have been to Berlin. We've done that 3 times. We've done 3 visits to Vienna. And we've been to Munich once. And the destination is your choice, and you will decide that together as a group, and then I will do the necessary organization. There is also the possibility to take part in an exchange with our exchange school. And yeah, that is what you can expect next year. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.